Maximalism returns to the studio. There's the shoe, but first the question of the day. What's your favorite brand right now for shoes and for outerwear? If you can divide it, that would be appreciated down in the comments. And of course, why? That's always nice as well to add. Maybe it's Saucony, maybe it's Asics, maybe it's Adidas. And then you can niche down a little bit more. The outerwear game, oh man, that's an interesting thought and question actually. Are there, if there's 20, maybe 15 to 20 core running shoe companies, I would say there's probably at least 30 to 50 core outerwear companies, all right? And I mean outerwear, whether it's jackets, whether it's, even socks, tights, whatever the case may be. We're getting into spring season in the Northern Hemisphere, so, rain jackets are going to become more important. Windbreakers, definitely here it's very windy here in the springtime in Colorado. There you go. That's the question of the day. There's the scores on your screen for the Salomon Aero Glide, all right? Oh, man, Salomon is getting in the game, everybody. I think we're looking at 37, a little over 37 for that heel stack height. It is girthy in the back. All right, there's the upper. I already showed you the scores for the upper. Oh, my goodness, all right? Very breathable. Not as much in the toe box, but on the side walls of the upper. Very interesting. It is not a gusseted tongue. Let's do the heel counter, okay? Yeah, it's fine. It's nice. It's not breaking down too much there when I push on it, but it's not, rock hard either. I wish a little critique. I wish a little more something in that heel count. I'll just say a little more padding. In the material that they're using, I do think it's going to get good friction with your socks. I don't often mention this, but in order to reduce heel slipping, I can't even, oh my goodness, actually a couple Saucony shoes last year, maybe it was 2 years ago, where the inner lining material, whatever their, textile they're using on the inside of the shoe, it can be too slick. I wish I could remember off the, it might have been the old Triumph or an old Guide, but I can sense that they're nailing the inside material for this Aero Glide, okay? Lockdown, fine, not epic, but it's fine. That's why, I wish I could give more excitement there for the lockdown, but it is coming in at 6 out of 10. Probably that lack of gusset through the tongue. I could feel it as I was lacing up and then taking the shoe out for, 50 miles. There it is. I started testing the shoe, I'm going to say at least 2 to 3 weeks before the 50K. So I've been getting it to 50 miles, but it took a couple months to get it there. All right, there you have it on the upper. All right, midsole. Actually, let's do the thumb test. So, oh man, it's nice. It's nice. And I didn't give it an epic energy return score. I am other shoes to buy. Should I do it now? There they are. Okay. Man, that Triumph 20. Out of all the shoes on the screen right now, that would be the number one shoe I would buy. But I was getting 38, I believe, to 40 for this durometer. Yep, there it is. 38 on the medial side of the shoe. I'm liking the midsole. It's not the best in the maximalist category right now, but I'm liking it. All right, Salomon, huge progression here from what they've been doing in the past in the road running shoe department. For those, of course, if Salomon is, number one not number one, but in the top, let's say 3 in the trail scene, they're maybe top 15 in the road scene. Like, you just don't think of Salomon when it comes to road running shoes, but I think this is a nice step in the right direction, especially if you want a little forgiveness under your step as you're out there training, okay? There you have it. Onto that outsole. Not epic. I do think the durability is going to be decent. I foresee it actually being a little slick. If you're running fast on corners, I always think of those old town squares in Europe where it's not paved, it's not concrete, it's not paved, but it's those stones that can get a little slick, when there's water on them. I'd just be a little careful if you're turning sharp corners in the shoes on that type of terrain. I could see a great opportunity for a decoupled groove through the outsole. It's not there right now. And what are you gonna do? All right, it's just there. It's just not getting me too excited there on the outsole. All right, fit, comfort. Here's what's interesting. Went true to size. I don't often notice or mention this, but a little long all right? Even though, you know, the width was fine, I'd say you're not gonna feel too cramped inside that toe box. But just the length of the shoe, maybe it's that European sizing, just a little different than over here in North America. But anyway, there you go for the fit. Price point, $160. That's actually fairly competitive at this point compared to other shoes in the maximalist category, okay, as you already saw on the screen about 2 or 3 minutes ago. So I'm not heartbroken, like, yeah. Oh, and the weight, I'll just mention the weight, like that's a pretty good weight considering 37 millimeters of foam understep in the heel. Shoe quick specs one more time, okay, soak it in, 10 millimeters. All right, 10, that's pretty aggressive. All right, be aware. I like that 8, 10. I'm not afraid of 10 for racing, and I'm not afraid of a high drop, but I know a lot of people don't like a high drop. So just keep that in mind for those that are new, the drop is the offset in millimeters, always measured in millimeters. So how much higher is the heel compared to the toe box? All right, so that's the offset, a little slope inside the shoe. I like to run on my toes, so a little higher slope, it just naturally kind of forces me to run up on my toes more. That's why I like a little bit of a higher drop compared to, let's say, the 4 millimeter range. But then again, at the zero, now I'm just riffing. The 0 millimeter in the Ultras, who else? I mean, does where is it? Topo? Does Topo do 0 drop too in some of their shoes, or I don't even know. But Ultra, I like 0 drop because it forces you for me to slow down a little bit, and then the heel is lower, which means it's closer to the ground, which means you're going to be able to stretch out that kinetic chain that from your plantar, your fascia tendon on the bottom of your foot, all the way wrapping up to your really the entire chain, but especially that lower, like the soleus, the calf muscle, and then right up to the hamstrings. All right, there you go. Okay. 6.3 out of 10. What are you going to do? 6.3 out of 10. It's not a great score, but I think they're moving in the right direction. 100%. But, this is not Salomon's 10th iteration of a maximalist shoe that's got a little more forgiveness under step. I mean, if you correct me in the comments, but what other Salomon shoe is as soft as this with this type of, and I can't test every Salomon road shoe, but I think it's a great step in the right direction. I really do. Gareth, here we go. Comment of the day 1 month ago said, interesting. So this is being pulled from another vlog. I'll try to link to it upper right-hand corner and then down in the description, where I shared with you my favorite maximalist shoes right now. So interesting that the Bondi range isn't in the discussion here. It used to be the go-to for an easy day. Heavier foam packed option, but has drifted from the choices. A sign that companies have to keep innovating, which is great for us runners. Hoka, I mean, they've caught up. I mean, a ton of companies have caught up. And so Hoka's, even though they're still doing really, really well, and they've diversified to the Mach lineup, to even the Rincon lineup, which I love. But absolutely, it's a great comment, and a great insight is that you gotta watch out, because when something becomes popular, the other companies are gonna come a knocking. All right, like Salomon. All right, I already asked the QD. There you have it. We'll toss it to. What are we going to toss it to? The Maximalist. There you go. The Maximalist vlog from about a month ago. Favorite Maximalist shoes right there. All right. Seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.